Terry, coming to you from the Space Coast of sunny Florida. I'm Terry, a retired PT assistant who has worked with seniors my entire career. For this podcast, my mission is to connect you with an amazing network of resources to help you navigate this stage of your life. Because in Brevard County, we care about our seniors. Now, my trivia question for today is, which hormone decreases significantly with age and contributes to changes in sleep patterns? We'll have the answer at the end. Okay, today I am so happy to have my guest, Nancy Deardorf from Helping Seniors of Brevard. And I just want to say, Nancy, thank you so much for Helping Seniors of Brevard, supporting my podcast. And, you know, I'm able to film in this lovely studio.
It is a nice studio, and you're very welcome. We're so happy to have you as part of the Helping Seniors family.
Oh, good. It's nice. I know I have an office here, and that started in December. And I love it. It's fun to say.
Well, we love having you here.
Oh, good. I know. I love saying, I'm at my office, you know.
Yes.
I'm going to my office. So.
Yes, and you decorated it so beautifully.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Thank you very much. Well, you are the Operations Director, Senior Care Navigator.
Yes.
For Helping Seniors of Brevard.
Yes.
So tell us about yourself. Where are you from originally?
Well, I guess it sort of counts. I'm originally from up north. I'm originally from a little town right outside of Boston called Arlington, Massachusetts. Mm-hmm. But my parents retired early, and so I had really no choice because I was a dependent. So I moved down here when I was 14. Mm-hmm. So other than the first 14 years of my life, I've been in Brevard County ever since. Grew up the rest of the way in Satellite Beach, graduated from Satellite High, mm-hmm. Went off to nursing school and practiced as a registered nurse for 33 years right here in Brevard County.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Good. So how did you get involved with Helping Seniors of Brevard?
Oh, that's an interesting story. If you ever met Joe Steckler, and I believe you have,
right.
and your mom knew
right.
Joe, he's a person you couldn't say no to. He went to go home to be with the Lord almost a year ago, last year in January of 2025, and we miss him so much. But he formed the Brevard Alzheimer's Foundation, mm-hmm. which still serves Brevard County today, 3 locations. People might be familiar with Joe's Clubs, mm-hmm. which is, and they do so much more than that. That was named after him. Joe's Club is senior daycare. Mm-hmm. And they focus on dementia, Alzheimer's, and related diseases to help people. Mm-hmm. And my father happened to be a client of Joe's Club. And it was a lifesaver because I had to work for a living, mm-hmm. and I couldn't leave my father alone when he developed dementia. And so Joe Steckler was a guest at a networking meeting that I went to, and he gave a speech, and I just wanted to meet him. And mm-hmm. afterwards I met him, and I introduced myself. I said, I just want to thank you for the Brevard Alzheimer's Foundation and Joe's Clubs. It really saved me and really helped my father. Mm-hmm. And something about me he liked, so we struck up a friendship. Mm-hmm. That was 25 years ago, wow. when he was still with the Brevard Alzheimer's Foundation. Mm-hmm. So in 2011, when he decided to establish Helping Seniors of Brevard, mm-hmm. He said, Nancy, I want you to be in the ground floor, and I want you to be a founding volunteer board member. Nice. So, you can't say no to Joe. If you knew him, you knew that was true.
My mom worked with him. Yeah,
yes.
Worked for him for a while for the Alzheimer's Association,
yes.
and then she helped him establish Joe's Club as
yep.
well.
So she knew. Mm-hmm. She knew.
Oh yeah.
When it comes to fundraising, and even if somebody didn't have time to volunteer, the next thing you find yourself doing what Joe asked, because he had such a passion for people. There was nothing mm-hmm. selfish in it. It was all about helping seniors in Brevard, and this is how we came along.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is a very resourceful center.
Yes.
The Senior Resource Center of Brevard is,
yes.
as well. Helping Seniors of Brevard Senior Resource Center,
yeah.
which is great because you do have there is a lot of issues for seniors and their caregivers in our area. Yes.
Yeah. And as you know, we run the county senior information telephone line. And last year, Terry, we took over 4,400 calls from
wow.
seniors and or their families for help navigating to the services, businesses, organizations that they needed to find the help they need with a wide variety of issues. No subject is off the table. It is important for me to note we're not an emergency line. We're not a hotline or crisis line, but we do call every call back, and what we do is we provide senior care navigation and help navigate seniors and their families oftentimes to the services that they need to hopefully make seniorhood, make the golden years a little bit more golden. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Great. So if you, some of the top calls and needs, what are some of the topics?
Yeah, of the 4,400 calls, we always take a look at the patterns, and I mean, we kind of know on a day-by-day basis what the top calls are, but at the end of the year, we also tally those by subject. And sadly, the number one call that we get with helping Seniors of Brevard is seniors calling for affordable housing because they've been priced out of the market, because the housing market, that's pretty much since COVID and post-COVID. As you know, real estate's gone crazy, so the price of houses has gone up, the price of rent has gone up, and we get calls from many seniors saying, my rent's going up. If I can't find a place to live, I'm going to be on the street. And you can imagine, I mean, we have a homeless population here in Brevard County. We always have. But the face of homelessness is changing. And it's not just young folks anymore. It's not just people who have mental illness or choose to live that way, which a lot of people associate with homeless. There are different faces of homelessness. And the most common, I don't want to say common, the most growing population of homeless are seniors, and that's scary. Imagine not only being homeless, but then being a senior and withstanding the terrible heat and right now the terrible cold that we have and exposure to the elements. So that's sadly one of our top calls.
That is a shame. I know, rent. I know housing and rent is just astronomical.
It is. It used to be. It's funny. Because in my nursing career, years and years ago, I was talking to a couple of colleagues, and I grew up in Satellite Beach, and we used to call Melbourne. I won't tell you how old I am, but it was a long time ago. We used to call Melbourne Melboring.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't anything to do. There wasn't a downtown like there is now. There was like 3 or 4 restaurants down this way, one in Titusville. And that held very true for many, many years. And I remember saying to a colleague in one of my home health care jobs, I said, you know what? Brevard County is one of Florida's best kept secrets. Everybody wants the glamour and beautiful aqua blue waters of Miami and Palm Beach, or they want the big cities like Tampa and Jacksonville, the Keys. Melbourne, I used to tell people, where are you from? Brevard County. Where's that? Melbourne, where's that? Near where the space shuttle takes off, as I used to tell them. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I said, one day that's going to change. I said, you're going to find everybody from the South, not just out-of-staters, but people from Florida that are tired of the hustle and bustle of the big city or the cost, and they're going to move from the south to the north to Brevard County, and then they're going to move over from the west. And that's exactly what happened. And you can tell just by the traffic patterns and the prices of homes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, we're tucked in here, this nice little county is, kind of tucked away back here, but things are changing.
Oh yeah, people know about us now.
Yes, yeah. Now that they know.
We're a very sought out location. And sadly what that's done for seniors is the housing crisis they're experiencing. In fact, I took a call from a lady that owned her own home outright, no mortgage. And sadly, she was married. Her husband and her, they weren't rich, but they weren't poor. They were comfortable. And her husband passed away suddenly. And she found herself overnight figuring out how she could stay in her home because, of course, she lost half of her income when her spouse passed away. Right. Even though she owned her own home, she was having trouble figuring out her finances because of the HOA fees, the property taxes, and homeowners insurance. That's very
Right.
sad.
Yeah.
It used to be, it was a day of celebration when you paid off your mortgage. You were done. You were boom, you were home free, and that's
Right.
not the case anymore necessarily.
Right.
Yep.
Right. I know that is sad, but you were able to give them some her resources
Yes,
to.
there are resources, and I
Okay.
always say about helping seniors of Brevard, call us at our senior information phone line, because my famous saying is, how do you know what you don't know? And the answer is you don't.
Right.
So if you don't know who to call for what, give us a call, and we, again, provide that senior care navigation. And I guarantee you, if we don't have an answer for you, I probably know somebody who can help. Yeah, it takes a village for
Right.
sure.
It does. It
Yeah.
does. And that number is.
Our number is 321-473-7770.
Okay.
And it operates Monday through Friday. Again, we're not a crisis line. And if somebody calls, we're very proud, Terry, we do not put anybody on hold when we're on the phone. So if someone calls, they might find it a bit frustrating that they get our voicemail. But if I am on the phone helping someone else or meeting with someone in person, I won't interrupt that interaction. That's important. But we're very proud we call 100% of our calls back.
That's good.
Yes.
That's very nice.
Yes.
As soon as you can, right?
Absolutely.
It's not like a week later that you call them back.
Not
It's
at
like,
all. No.
Okay. Yeah.
No.
Okay. I'll
It
call
may be
back.
the next day. I've gotten some Friday evening calls after hours that I can't obviously respond till Monday. But as long as people know to leave a voicemail, we will call them back, because and sadly, a lot of people are surprised when I can't believe you called me back, because they've called other businesses and organizations that they never hear back from when they leave a voicemail.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's nice. That's nice that they know that they can call Helping Seniors of
Yep,
Brevard.
we're here for them.
Yeah, and you will be very attentive to their needs and
Absolutely.
get back to them.
That's what
great.
we're here for.
And some other issues like
So housing is number one.
Okay.
Also, what has crept up the list, this used to be sort of towards the bottom of the list, but we clump our calls into categories just so we can look at some statistics. Every call has its own nuance, but we call this category household. Household can mean anything to do with your house or your yard. Those calls are our number 2 call. So that's grown, and these are seniors who live in a home. They can live independently, but they don't have the ability to fix certain things, change batteries and smoke detectors, fix a ceiling fan, a handyman to do things, those things that it takes to maintain your house. Even lawn care, we get call for, I can't mow the lawn. And it doesn't sound like much, but if you live in an HOA and your lawn is so long and you don't mow it, then these seniors, who most are on a fixed income, they'll get it mowed for them from the HOA, and then the HOA sends them a bill and a little penalty fee. So we don't think about that when we're younger.
Right.
Lawn care and whatnot. So that's our number 2 call. And then our other top calls are regarding seniors who need legal services, whether that's a consumer complaint. It could be that they're a victim of a scam or fraud, and where to turn if that happens. We have resources for that. Financial assistance, we get calls, people wanting not just financial assistance, but information about investments. We have resources for that, how to make your money work harder for you, but also financial assistance if they're having trouble paying their rent, if they're having trouble affording their electric bill. There's resources for that. And then issues, a lot of calls about health-related topics, particularly dementia. Someone living at home, the caregiver for a demented person, they're exhausted, they need help, and they don't know where to turn. That's one of our top calls as well.
And you and I, we know a lot about that. The fact that we have a medical background and family, because my mother and father both had dementia, and your sister and your father had dementia.
And my brother-in-law, my sister's
really?
husband.
Oh, really?
Wow. That happened almost simultaneously. And you and I have talked before. It's different when you're on the healthcare side. I have many years of experience in geriatric healthcare and dementia, but it's very different when you're the daughter. Very different. Suddenly, sometimes logic goes out the window. You forget things. And then there's a lot of guilt involved being a caregiver because it's hard to ask for help sometimes for people because you feel like you're asking someone else to take care of your loved one. You almost feel like that's selfish and you feel guilty. But it's like they say on an airplane with the oxygen lecture that you get, the demo.
Right.
When the oxygen masks drop, put your own oxygen on first. Because if we as caregivers are no good, are spent, then we're no good to our loved ones. So rest and respite is very important.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can let them know about the different resources that we have.
Yes, and we have a gem with Brevard Alzheimer's Foundation. We have a gem right here. Now that's not to be confused with the Brevard. Not Brevard. It's not to be confused with the Alzheimer's Association, which is nationwide. Joe built, as you know, Brevard Alzheimer's Foundation because when people donate to them or they donate to helping seniors, 100% of the donations stay in Brevard because he originally was going to partner with the Alzheimer's Association, which is nationwide, and monies go all over, although it is a great organization.
Right.
He wanted the monies to stay here, and that is a hidden gem for people who have family members with dementia. They have all sorts of resources, as is helping seniors. So we're really trying to spread the word about us because the more people know about helping seniors of Brevard, the more people we can help.
Right, right. And volunteer, there's volunteer opportunities?
There is. Thanks for bringing that up. I appreciate it. We have volunteer opportunities. So primarily the senior information phone line that people call. I'm the senior care navigator that answers. But when I'm not answering, it may be one of our volunteers who are trained by me. And we're always looking for volunteers to come in. We train them on all the resources. And I don't leave a volunteer alone until, like if I have to be at a community event, I don't say, oh, you're on your own. We wait until that volunteer says, I got it, and then they can man the ship while I'm out and about helping in the community.
That's nice. And also, if there are people who want to volunteer, like to mow a lawn or to like change light bulbs, or
we would love
things,
that.
Yeah.
Whether it's the Boy Scouts or you as an individual, if or you have a company that's willing to do a certain amount of discount and or free. It doesn't all have to be free, but if you can say, oh, I can take X amount of people a year, well, I'll mow their lawn 4 times for free or for a discount. Anybody that has that owns a business, it's a great way to give back to the community. And think of it this way. Whether you're a lawn service or any other kind of home service, you get the bragging rights that you've put back into the community. And it's a great advertisement to get that business for people who can pay. Because I don't know about you, but if I see a company out there that puts back into the community, but is also trustworthy, and I'm going to hire them for money, I'd rather spend my money on a business that gives back.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice, if they're giving up their time to help somebody else out, and I can afford to hire them, then yes, and I would.
Well, and they need to make a living,
you
know. They can't always give free, but we welcome anybody out there that's a business that wants to provide X amount of services for free in a period of time. Give us a call.
Or if there's some young guys out there, some teenagers or young people that want to just volunteer and and mow a yard or help somebody with the small things around the house.
Absolutely.
And
a lot of high schools have programs, a lot of college applications ask what kind of volunteer work you've done. Anybody like that looking, feel free to reach out to Helping Seniors because guarantee you we can find a senior that could use your help.
Right. So that would be good. And you have the number. You have the number there. We'll be saying it a few times. So they can give a call. That would be great.
Yep. Right. Absolutely.
And then another aspect is transportation.
Oh, I didn't mention that is a top call.
I put in the volunteer. I wanted to make sure I got the volunteer.
Thank you.
In there.
Transportation is in our top 5 reasons to call. Seniors who no longer drive. or who don't own a car, that is really a problem because we have many seniors that, Terry, are completely independent in their own home. They can function fine, but they don't have transportation to get to and from, and they may not be able to take public transportation, like the SCAT bus. They may not be able to take that. There are resources. I wish we could say that we were rich in transportation resources in Brevard. We're not. We need more. Some transportation options are expensive, but there are some transportation options for those on a fixed income if they qualify, and all someone has to do is give us a call. Again, that 321-473-7770, and we can give them transportation resources. But I must note, a lot of people will call like today and say, I need a ride to the doctor's office this Friday. Many of the services do not provide one-time only transportation. You need to sign up for it where you're using it regularly for your appointments or grocery shopping or necessary appointments, and they about all require at least 2 weeks' notice.
Wow. Okay.
But they can still give me a call. I'll help them as best as I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
And again, if there's anybody who has time and would like to, and I'm sure that would have, you'd have to screen them, you know.
Yeah, we
Is that
can't-
a different, or
It's
is that
different
okay,
because we
right.
can't really, because we're a nonprofit,
Okay.
we can't say, and Joe Steckler, our founder, wanted so much to have a helping seniors volunteer transportation.
Okay.
I'm not saying we won't get there one day, but there's a lot more to it than getting a volunteer. These
Right.
folks need to be background check because you're alone with the person in the car.
Right.
That costs money. They need to have a motor vehicle background check, or a license check. And they have to have insurance. There are organizations that provide that do that. Helping Seniors is not there yet, but we could lead you to the organizations that do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That's good. And there's a lot of ongoing programs like getting your ducks in a row, you know, and the Knowledge College.
Yeah. So one of the things we do, well, our mission is to provide information, education, advocacy, resources, referral, connection for seniors, and we do that through a pretty robust media program that we have. We have Helping Seniors Magazine. We have Helping Seniors TV, Helping Seniors Radio. We have our live senior educational events. But the other thing that we do that Joe is very passionate about, and we're carrying on that legacy for him, is helping seniors to develop their own aging plan. And someone said to us recently, we don't call it aging plan anymore, we call it longevity planning, which is so true.
Right.
Because people are living longer than they used to. So we're dealing with the generation that can possibly outlive their money because people are living so long. So developing an aging plan, we euphemistically call it getting your ducks in a row. It's just a sort of a nicer way, or longevity planning, a nicer way than saying your aging plan. And, you know, people many times will plan for high school graduation, their wedding, having children, all the way up till retirement. And not a lot of people think about after retirement. And it's not just your funds that you have to worry about, not outliving your money, but other things like, what if I end up not being able to drive? What if I am the caregiver for my spouse who has dementia, and my spouse cannot be left alone because they have dementia, and then I end up in the hospital? What happens to that person? What if my house becomes too much for me? Who's going to fix things if I can't fix things? There's so many things that people don't think of. So our idea is not to depress people, but our idea is to view aging like a hurricane plan. If you're blessed, you get to age. People look at it as a negative, but it's better than the alternative. Many people don't have the privilege of growing old. So if you're blessed, you get to grow old, and there's certain things that happen with that. Just like with a hurricane, you have to plan for that. So we're not trying to depress people. We're trying to prepare you to come up with, what is your plan A, your ideal life, as you grow older? What's your plan B? And maybe even have a plan C. That's the idea of an aging plan. So when life hits you, like life can and will in some aspect, you're not blindsided. You kind of thought about a plan. You have resources. That's why we encourage people to reach out to us, to go to senior health expos. It's not just health, senior expos. Because I was at one this morning, because it's not about just going there for the donuts and the coffee, and it is social and it is fun. It's about meeting all those vendors that are at those senior expos, and like we have at our senior resource center where the vendors are there. You might not need that elder care attorney today, but take their card. You might need it next year. You might not need that roofing company, but take their card. You might need it in 5 years. So it's important for people to know what's out there so that they can develop an effective aging plan. And it's not just a one-time deal. You develop your aging plan, and then really, ideally, just like a hurricane plan, you look at it and examine it every year to make sure things haven't changed. For instance, someone may have a power of attorney that is their child, and their child sadly passes away because people are living. Sometimes people's kids are 70 years old if you're 90.
Right.
So
they outlive their children
what is your
sometimes.
plan B if your power of attorney or your trust and your will says everything goes to this person and that person is no longer here? That's part of an aging plan. Yeah.
Because you never know. I mean, you and I, with our medical background, life can turn on a dime.
It can and it does.
Yeah.
It can and it does. And everybody needs an aging plan. No matter how big your family, no matter how good a health you're in, you need to have a plan B.
Because you never, and the expos are interesting because when you go, you're like, there's just so many, I mean, there's health related, there's legal, but there's a lot of things that you don't think about, like you were saying, like for like roofing or or if you want your shower, a walk-in shower.
There was someone there today, how to convert your bathtub into a shower.
Right.
Fairly easily, for easier and safer access.
Right.
Those are all sorts of vendors. And in fact, it helps me to not only, because we're there, of course, representing helping seniors, and to educate seniors about our existence so they can reach out to us if they need. But I also learn from my fellow vendors because I'm like, I didn't even know you existed. Now, that's another resource that I can spread the word about for the seniors who reach out to us.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I know they're fun. They're fun to get, and you get a lot of freebies.
They are fun.
You get a lot of freebies too.
Yes.
But that's not the reason I go. Because I know it's fun to go because
fun.
because you can get ideas of a lot of different organizations that are out there, things for pets and and just all kinds of stuff.
Well, and you brought that up.
Interesting.
That's another thing. What do you do with your pet if you're hospitalized and you live alone?
Yeah.
There are resources for that. But you got to know what those resources are, and if you don't know, you call us at Helping Seniors of Brevard, and we'll lead you to those resources.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes. I know it is a very resourcevol center that we have here, which is nice.
Yes, thanks to really our community. We have a great community.
We do. Brevard County, the people are pretty good in this community, I think.
Very helpful,
Yes.
very helpful.
Yeah.
And we at Helping Seniors are blessed to be surrounded by supporters and sponsors that aren't in it just for the business. They're in it because they have a passion for doing the right thing for seniors.
Right. Because when with all the networking that we do out there, the people that have businesses love seniors.
They do.
You just know that they love what they're doing. They know what they're doing, and they love it, and they really think about the senior.
They do.
The seniors and their caregivers. What is best for them?
Absolutely.
So that's one of the great things that I love about being in this business and interviewing them too. Is I get to find out a lot of things about them too that I didn't know, and they just really are very passionate about about helping out the community.
Right.
Which is great.
Well, and I think everybody's figured out if you do the next right thing, good things follow for you too.
Right. What goes around comes around.
Absolutely.
And that's in a positive way too.
Absolutely.
I mean, a lot of times it's like a negative. You say that, but it's also positively. You reap what you sow.
You do.
You sow
do.
good.
And you may not reap right away. It might be down the line, but it always pays off to do the next right thing and help somebody out.
Right, and then you sleep well at night too.
Absolutely, yes.
You have peace. You know that you did the right thing.
Yes.
You help people and you did the right thing.
Yes.
And then you have the Knowledge College, which is the fourth Thursday.
Yeah, we have
the
two live senior. We have more than this, but the one that's on a regular basis. 2 live senior education programs that occur at our Senior Resource Center in the Apollo Professional Tower, and both of them, they're back to back, and they occur the fourth Thursday of every month, from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. is Knowledge College for Aging. That features guest speakers, and we focus on at least one important aspect of developing your aging plan. So we have speakers that may be an elder care attorney, for your estate planning, various other subject matter experts. That's followed by, from 11 to noon, our wellness series for seniors, which focuses on something to do with health and wellness for seniors. We've had Dr. Brennan, orthopedic, did an excellent, we've had all sorts of subject matter experts, but he was a speaker that talked about hip and back pain, how to avoid it, what to do about it, all sorts of guest speakers. And it's fun because we have snacks, it's social, and you learn something. And people can attend one or both those programs. It is 2 hours all told, but we have a break in between. But I don't want anybody to feel like they have to sit for 2 hours. If there's one topic they're interested, they can come for one program or the other,
Right.
or both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a break from 10
there's
to
a
11.
break.
Right. They're 10 to 11, and then there's a little break, and then
Yes.
and then you grab a snack and you listen to the rest of it.
Yeah.
Or you could just do one or the other.
Yes.
As well.
Yes. Yep.
But they can find you you're on Facebook, and
We're on Facebook, and our website is helpingseniorsofbrevard.org. And our website has a plethora of information, including archived live senior education. They can look that up. Our archived magazine if they want to read past issues. Our archived TV programs and our archived radio programs. And there's all sorts of information on our website, which we're always trying to update and improve. Yeah.
good.
And people can donate because we are a nonprofit. It's important for me to mention that we survive on our generous donors in the community and our generous business sponsors here in the community, and we thank them so much. And then, of course, our famous Helping Seniors car raffle fundraiser, which happens each October.
Right.
Yeah.
That's fascinating. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a lot of fun. I know, and we go to a lot of the car shows. I try to help out when I can.
Yes, you do.
To try
Thank
to sell.
you. You were just at our kickoff one.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
Yes, that was fun. You could win. You can have a choice of 7 different cars.
Yes.
Tickets are $25 a piece or 5 for $100.
Yes, and it is a donation.
Right.
And each ticket gets you a chance to win winner's choice of one of 7 cars. It gets you into the grand event in October at the American Muscle Car Museum, which is not open to the public.
Right.
The owner only opens it for charitable events like ours. And we have food trucks, we have music, you get to tour the museum, and we have an outdoor car show. And last year, for the first time, we paired it because it's so close to Halloween. For 2026, it's October 25th. It's a Sunday, very family-friendly event. And we, in 2025, paired it for the first time with a trunk or treat for the kids.
Yeah.
So all the people with the fancy cars gave the candy out from their trunks, and kids had a chance to dress up, and it was a lot of fun.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Muscle Car Museum, if you have never been there,
Unbelievable.
it is, there's over 500 cars.
Yes.
Wear good shoes because to walk around,
Yeah,
to walk
it's
around
big.
in there, all the old cars, and then like cars from the 70s, like back in my day.
Yeah.
It's like the Chevy Nova, and I don't think they have a Pinto in there, but I don't know if they do.
You know, I used to own a Pinto.
Did you?
Yes. It was a hand-me-down from my sister. I drove a Pinto.
Oh, wow. It
I
was
wonder,
a good car,
I wonder
though,
if
wasn't
they're
it?
worth if they're in good shape.
Yeah. I don't know if there is one in
Well,
there.
it got me, back in the 70s, they would complain that if you got hit from behind where the gas tank was, there was a big controversy where the gas tank was located. But yeah, and don't be fooled by the name American Muscle Car Museum. They're not all muscle cars. There's classic cars. It's the building is full of nostalgia. Even if you're not a huge car buff, you will appreciate the museum.
Right.
I am not a super duper car person, and I love it in there. It is just so awesome to see the collection of cars, and it's pristine in there. Not that you would, but you could eat off the floors.
Yeah.
It's just so pristine and clean. And
know,
he has
it's-
other memorabilia. He has old gas tanks from gas stations and signs and bicycles and all sorts of things.
I know.
It's really fun.
It is fun, and the volunteers that are there, they know a lot about the cars too.
Oh, they do.
So, yeah.
They do. They're wonderful. Yeah, yeah. Mark Pilak and his team.
Yes.
So,
So
yep.
it's worth it because, like you said, you can't just like walk up and say, I want to look at the museum.
You can't.
It's, right.
You can't.
Right.
And we always say there are no losers because, Terry, even if somebody doesn't win the car, because there's only one winner, you're still a winner in our book because you get to come out to the event, and at the end of the day, you're donating to a local charity helping Seniors of Brevard to keep us going to help the seniors in our community. Very important to note again that 100% of our donations stay right here in Brevard County
Right.
to help our seniors.
And everything, right, all the money that you take in goes directly.
It goes right back
right
into
there.
programs, services, education for seniors. Yes.
Great. But yeah, I would encourage people, you know, or if you buy, and even if you buy like the 5 for $100, you know, you get 5 tickets.
Yeah.
Then you can give that as a I mean, you could give that as a gift to somebody.
You can. You know how people buy scratch 'em tickets and they'll put it in a birthday card and you have a little scratch 'em? We always say get them a ticket because even if you don't win the car, they can still they have an event. You're giving them an experience so
Right.
they can get into the museum at our grand event.
Right.
Yeah.
And I know it is fascinating.
It's a fun way to donate.
It is. And then the Scam Jam, you partner with AARP on the Scam Jams. They're
Yes.
like every 3 months.
Thank you for bringing that up. It's really catching on in Brevard County. We want people to know about it with guest speakers, including attorneys, the Brevard County Sheriff's Office, AARP, all to talk about how to identify scams, fraud and scams, how to avoid it, and really what to do if you do become victim. And we're going to be providing these about 4 times a year, once a quarter, in different areas of the county. Last time we did it was in the fall of 2025, was up in Titusville. This time is at Glenbrook, which is assisted living and independent apartment building in Palm Bay. If you don't know where it is, give me a call. Again, our number's 321-473-7770. So at the end of the program, you get a certificate that you're an official Scam Jammer. Then that does require RSVP because lunch is served, and we want to make sure we have enough seats for folks and enough lunches for people.
That's good. You have a computer class too. There's a computer class second Friday
Yes.
of the month.
Yes, that's called Senior Tech Talk. Right now, we're focusing on smartphones. So you're encouraged to bring your device. And Bree spends about an hour and a half talking about different aspects of a smartphone, whether it's photos, whether it's email, how to navigate apps, and basic function of your iPhone. So every class is a different focus of the iPhone. And the audience is at different skill levels. So it's not for the expert, and it's not for somebody who's never touched a smartphone, and it's not for someone who does not own a smartphone. So, I mean, you could come, but you'd kind of be lost if you came with your flip phone. If you are new to it and you have a smartphone, you can come because Bree would make herself available for that person. But it's really, it's not for the expert, for sure. It's not going to show you any of the high-end intricacies. It's more for people who are learning or want to explore more about how to use their smartphone to their advantage.
Okay. And that's the second Friday from 1 to 2:30.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. Right
Okay.
here at the Senior Resource Center.
Okay, good. So those are ongoing things, which is
Yes.
nice.
And you know, each time Senior Scene magazine comes out, Helping Seniors is in the center section, but we also have a calendar of events in every Senior Scene magazine. So you can look in there for our calendar of events. And if you don't have one in hand, you can always call our phone number, and I can tell you what educational programs, what events are happening at our Senior Resource Center or around the county, because a lot of events aren't necessarily at our Senior Resource Center. That might be an event somebody's interested in elsewhere in the community.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Good. I know. Helping Seniors of Brevard just has just so many different resources of all, and people for all socioeconomic,
Oh, absolutely.
status.
Absolutely.
That, which is wonderful.
Yes. Yes.
Well, no, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say our phone calls that we get on our senior information phone line, really you can categorize them into two different types of folks. There are people who are living on a fixed income and they need help, and we have resources for those people that need either free help or discount help or need to qualify for certain programs. And then the other end of the spectrum are people on the higher socioeconomic scale of things, and money may not be an object, but they don't know who to call to trust for, say, a trusted handyman or a contractor. So our network, people trust helping seniors, that our network of providers are focused on providing honest, good service to seniors. And so, again, no subject is off the table. If you need help navigating from the simple to the complex, give us a call and we'll navigate you in the right direction.
Okay, and also your location is very conveniently located. It's on Apollo Boulevard.
Yes.
Near Holmes Regional.
Correct.
So it's 1344 Apollo Boulevard.
Yes.
So it's nice, and you're on the second floor, and it's
yes,
very
and
nice
that's the Apollo Professional Tower.
Okay.
The building says Omni Healthcare at the top because there's Omni Healthcare located in this building. So it's easy to find. It's far away if you live in Titusville, which is why we have a website and programs that are archived so you can watch these videos and these educational programs from afar, because our idea is to serve the whole county. Yeah.
Do they film that you film Knowledge College?
Yes,
Right.
yeah.
Yes.
If you notice, Hal,
Hal,
our
yes.
friend Hal is always there.
Yes.
And the reason is because nobody from Titusville is going to come to Melbourne. Well, I shouldn't say nobody. Sometimes it happens, but it's a long way to go. So our website is full of all sorts of archived materials.
Okay.
Again, from radio to live broadcast to the magazine, so that people can get those resources. And of course, our phone number is a free call throughout Brevard County. So,
Okay.
yeah,
Good.
yeah, we don't want to leave our northern neighbors out.
That's right. That's right. Well, is there anything that you would like to talk about that I haven't mentioned about helping seniors of Brevard?
I think you covered it really well, and I just want to tell you how much we appreciate you having us on your podcast, because, again, the more we can get the word out about helping seniors, the more people we can help.
That is true.
Yeah.
And it's just, I love supporting you because you do a lot for this community.
And so don't you.
Oh,
And
well,
so
thank
don't
you.
you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for having
It's really
me
a
on.
pleasure. Thank you.
I'm looking forward to the trivia question
Yes.
answer. I think I know it.
So which hormone decreases significantly with age and contributes to changes in sleep patterns?
Oh, are you putting me on the
Yeah,
spot?
if you know the answer.
I have one of two.
Okay.
I'm going to say dopamine,
Okay.
but it could be serotonin.
Melatonin.
Oh, melatonin.
Melatonin.
See, I was wrong, and I spent 33 years as a registered
No,
nurse.
that's okay.
That makes good sense. Okay.
It's melatonin.
Yep.
I know that's why a lot of people take it. Take it at night,
Yes,
and it
yes.
does.
I should have got that based on the sleep. Serotonin does decrease too, but I should have got your question based on the sleep.
But sometimes the melatonin, they say you shouldn't take it for too long. But if it kind of helps you get back into the
Some
pattern.
people got into melatonin like too much and overdid it. So
Yeah.
it's really important for people to talk to their doctor about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
even for over-the-counter supplements. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then my quote is, "Aging is the art of collecting years the way others collect stories, each one adding depth, wisdom, and a little more light."
I love that.
Isn't that nice?
I love that. And I have to say, I love the sign on your office door.
Oh, I know.
I trust the next chapter because I know the author.
Right.
I love that.
Right.
I love that.
And I was at Holly Lobby the other day, and I was in there for like an hour at least, and they just have the coolest things, which is nice. And then there's another one that it's like, "Thank you, Lord, for for things not working out the way that I thought they would.
Isn't
the
that
way,
the truth?
Yeah.
I say that. I thank God for that all the time. Thank you for not granting my prayer or my wish on that.
Right. Yes. Thank you for taking it in your direction and not
Yes.
my direction.
No kidding.
Because I know you always have to think when things don't happen. You know,
There's
there's
a
a reason.
reason.
There's a,
There's
I
a
always,
reason.
I always have to stop and go, okay, there's a reason for this because God has a better
Everything's
plan.
a lesson or a blessing, right?
Right. There you go.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
There you go. And then my other one, because I can never decide between quotes.
So you have to have two.
Yes.
That's okay.
Aging is proof that time trusts you with its most valuable gift, experience.
Oh, I love that.
So yes,
I love
that is
that.
pretty good. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
pretty cool. Well, Nancy, it was a delight having you
Thank
on
you.
the
Thanks for
program
having
today.
me. I appreciate it, Terry.
Yes,
very much.
Thank you. So I had a nice time with Nancy today. I look forward to our next episode of Time with Terry. And I would love to hear your ideas. And if you have any questions, ideas, or concerns, you can email me at timewithterryshow@gmail.com. And just a reminder, reach out to someone today and be a blessing, and you'll be blessed too. Bye.